Namaste, beloved. Very, very welcome to all of you to this meeting. There's a feeling in me right now that we can explore and live together uh, what is being present. No? It's not something really new in comparison to what is shared here. It is just a maybe different angle of looking at the same truth. So I will start very simply. If you feel that it is like a guiding for you, it can be. If you feel it is just a talk, or you can listen also. So, are you present? It may appear like my question in the sense that some meaning is there behind these words, and that will unfold now as I will speak more. Yes, it is true. But also, it's a very innocent question. You can make it your own question also, if you want. Don't take it as my question. You can take it as your question. In your own way, in your own understanding, through your own way of looking, you can answer this question to yourself. Am I present? So whatever present means to you, that will apply here now, no? One thing I feel can help you is that don't try to go deep anywhere, because that is from where mostly the sleep or any sense of uneasiness or any sense of heaviness may start surfacing. Like the moment we start fighting with the unconsciousness, it starts fighting back. And I'm just sharing some way where we can bypass this fight right now in this guiding. No? So not really about I am present and I should feel like this. I am present and I should be like this. A very direct and simple question. Am I present? And don't reject the answer that comes. Just notice, are you fully contented, satisfied with the answer? Just this much you check in yourself. So you are going to decide whether this answer is sufficient for you or not. Not that I will declare or somebody else. Am I present? And it is also going to highlight the other version of being present, the opposite of being present, being absent. No, like we will know what is being absent also. Because without knowing what is being absent, we cannot be present, no? Or can we? So one pointing here I think can help that, am I present? Once you have crossed that, now you can take this next question. How much of myself is present? Present means present right now, obviously. Present cannot be present in the past, no? So when the question is that, am I present, means am I present right now? No. Meaning right now, wherever I am, wherever my body is, my attention, like, my consciousness of the body is, there. Am I present? And how much of myself is present? And again, let the answer come, not thinking about the answer, but not rejecting the answer. But just notice, are you satisfied with the answer? Like the answer came to the first question that, are you present? Yes. And you feel, yes, I am satisfied fully with this answer. Now the next question is, how much I am present? How much means how much of myself is present, not how much of things I am able to feel, how much thoughts I am able to watch, or how much, other body-mind activities I am able to notice. No. How much of myself is present here? And if the answer to this question is that I am 100% present, are you satisfied with this answer? Ask yourself. Are you supremely happy that yes, it is a true answer and I am very happy that I am fully present now? Just let us repeat this. Let us do some iterations of the same question. How much of myself is present here right now? You don't have to answer this to anybody else. You just have to answer it to yourself. And if your answer is that I am 100% present, any answer, embrace it fully. Don't reject it. Don't color it. It is like a mirror. It's going to show us something. If the answer is that I am 100% present, are you satisfied with this answer of yours? If yes, you are supremely joyful right now. You are very, very joyful right now, no? If no, why you are not contented with this answer? Check yourself. It's all this work you are doing yourself. This guiding is just like an environment where it is helping you see more clearly what you want to see. So the first question is, am I present? The second question is, how much of myself is present right now? Present means right now, by the way. So we don't have to say that again and again, no? So, am I present? How much of myself is present? And even you don't have to know upfront what it means to be present, even that will be revealed here naturally, that what it means to be present actually, and what is the opposite of being present also. Just let us walk together. This is the power of this walking together. Just be with me, in the statement by statement. So now, third question in this series. After answering that, am I present? and how much of myself is present. The third question is, am I free? Because it means you have crossed already these two questions and you are clear now, and your answer is that yes, I am present. So when we are present, when you are present, are you free? And you don't need to know free means what. Inside yourself you will know what it means to be free also. Because this is a very fundamental sharing happening here. Words don't need to be understood so well, but the meaning of them, the vibration of them, the pointing has to be received and lived by you right now in an alive manner. So if you are able to live in alive manner as we are walking together, all that which need to be understood will be understood right this moment by itself within ourselves. So the third question is that yes, I am present, then I am fully present or sufficiently present. Now third question is, am I free? Free means what? I would like to explain a little bit now. Free does not mean free from present moment or free from life which is happening in the present moment. It doesn't require freedom from the present moment. Free simply means free from past. So, am I free? Basically is the question, am I free from the past? And how much? How much I am free from the past? Actually is very, very connected to the answer of the second question. How much of myself is present? That much of myself is free from the past. If you feel you want to go back, you can go back to the second question also. That, oh, I'm not feeling free from the past. So it means I'm not fully present. Let me go back now to the second question, that how much of myself is present? And if that also even doesn't make sense, then you can even go to the question 1. Am I present? Obviously, we are not having a philosophical discussion. This is a guiding, no? Where we are trying to check and live the truth of these statements inside ourselves. That am I present? Not believing that I'm present. Yes, I'm present anyway. Why should I ask? No. Like freshly checking. If you are really present, checking that whether I'm present or not, is it going to make you absent? Or it will make you more present, right? So if you do anything when you are present, is it going to make you absent from being present? Is it going to change your position from present to absent if you do anything here? Meaning anything fundamental like this, like inquiry, I don't think so. It's only going to make you more present, no? More present in the sense of like maybe we were not aware of being absent, and that will be highlighted and we will become free from that portion of ourselves, and then we will be more present in this way. More present means more of ourselves present. And that's the second question. How much of you is present here? And the third question is, are you free when you are present? Free means free from past. So now the last part of this guiding, where the the secret will be revealed. No, that is, who are you who is present? Who I am who is present? And am I separate from what I am present in? No, I am present in the present moment, right? In this here and now, present moment, this here and now, I am present in now. No, am I separate or different from now? Am I separate from nowness? Am I different from here-ness? No. Who I am, who is present. If you give these questions to the mind, it will be a lot of work for the mind. You will feel tired. These are not for the mind. These questions are for you. But only if you are interested. So as many of you as interested in walking with me like this, we can live this truth very simply. So simply it is possible to live this truth now. Just don't lag behind. That's the only problem here. Stick to with me every step, every statement. No? And this is the magic of life, that every statement has the connectivity, backward compatibility to everything that has been said, shared before. It contains all that knowledge which have been shared so far in this guiding. The essence of the guiding is always contained within each statement which is being shared in this guiding actually. So the moment you can connect to one statement, present statement being shared, you will be able to connect to the whole of the guiding. So who I am, who is present, and am I different or separate from what I am present in? No. And I feel towards the end, can I reveal the secret that can I speak like this? That you are not present, you are present moment actually. You are not present in something, you are the very present moment. You are not some soul present in the nowness, you are the very nowness, but attached to the past of this body and consciousness. You are the very nowness attached to the past of this body in which you are living now. You are living in this body, so there is no denial to that. It is truth that you are living in this particular body. But who you are is not present in the nowness. You are the very nowness. No? You are the very moment. You are the very freshness of this moment. And this is how you are free already. But you have an attachment to this individual story of this body, no? If you have, then you are called the individual self, no? If you don't have any attachment to the story of this body right now, who are you? It's not an exercise that who are you. It's an invitation to live the joy of your being, the wonder, living in this self wonder right now. Let us live together. Who I am. So the individual story is there in the body and mind, and I am also here in the body. And I am not the story, and I am not the individual mind and body also. Who I am. This is a question to rejoice. It is to rejoice in this question. Not a stressful activity. It's a joyful living who I am. Very, very nice. Beloved, thank you for joining this guiding. Let us allow ourselves to relax now. This exploration, this touch of the truth, this revelation or darshan of the truth within ourselves is going to bring beautiful rewards within ourselves right this moment. Let us allow. Let's not be careless right now. Let's not be lost in the thinking or anything right now. Let's not be in the exercise or in the guiding, but let's still be present and open towards our own self, inside ourselves. No? Because when we open our eyes after meditation, is a very potent time. That should not be missed. That is the same time, same point where we are when we wake up in the morning. That is the same point actually. When we wake up in the morning is a very potent time. In the same way, when we open our eyes from meditation is a very potent time. It should not be missed really. Because this is where the shift of consciousness happens. Consciousness from the restful state comes to the active state as soon as we open our eyes from meditation. In the meditation, the consciousness is just resting in who we are, no? The self. When the consciousness is resting in the self, there is no word, there is only self. When the consciousness is active, then the word happens. The experience of the word happens. The people and everything happens. So very nice. Enjoy yourself. If anybody want to talk to me also, you can talk. Like I will be happy to hear the report of somebody, some of you, that how was it for you? No? Yeah, Milaji.
Guruji, thank you very much for this guidance. Very beautiful. And it is so obvious that I'm this presence is so real and so true. And the question come also, then why I'm still caught up in this personal things, then if it is so obvious to me that I'm not this.
This is called sleep, my friend. What else is sleep? Sleep is a state of ourself where we do things and we don't know that we are doing them, in that way. And then a sort of a suffocation happens there. A sort of a state of thirst comes inside us, that where we feel that I'm not living myself anymore. Like, can I say like this, that let's say you are thirsty right now for water, but you are very sleepy also, let's say, okay? Someone is very thirsty and someone is very sleepy also at the same time. Sleepy means interested in dreaming, not sleepy like tired, because if sleepy tired, you will be just tired, and like sleeping. So somebody interested in dreaming also and thirsty also for water. What will happen is that the dreaming will continue as long as we can wear the thirst. We are able to handle the thirst, like it is under the bridge. When it will become critical, then we will have to break out of the dreaming into the actual water and drink the water. Yes. But then afterward again, a period will come that I'm kind of quenched, like my thirst has been quenched for some time now. Like there will be a period of, let's say, few hours, like 4 hours, 6 hours, before you will feel thirsty again. During this time, again, we will go to sleep or not, meaning to dreaming or not. So that is what we are talking about right now. And if we can become little wise, that hey, this is kind of a thing that I have to get out of, like getting out of the dream into the reality of the house where we are, finding the water, drinking the water, going back to the dream again. This somehow going and coming will become clear to us at some point that this is kind of not okay. Like it's not about how I feel when I quench the water, oh, it feels so nice, or how I feel when I'm in the dreaming. It's not about that. It's about this model, I'm not okay. Like as soon as we will become more interested in something permanent, no, then we'll feel, no, I don't want this kind of model. Then we will wake up, no? Wake up means what? We will let go of our interest for the dreaming part, no? Or not? Because water part, we cannot let go, no? It is part of the body in which we are. So in this analogy, we are using the water and the thirst and the body, physical body. Now let us map it to the state of waking up and experiencing ourselves and knowing ourselves as true being, as you said, no? But I think it makes sense completely or no? Like you can fully understand now, all of you know, what it means. So there is a period, like when we are very thirsty of who we are, then we taste ourselves in satsang or in our own meditation like this, and then we feel contented, enough contented, like this is enough contentment. Then we go to dreaming again. No? What is dreaming? Is the body dreaming? Meaning, is the body how it is called the dreaming, thoughts, feelings, emotions? Actually, no. It's something else. It's not about whether I'm living the body or not. It's not about whether I'm living the thoughts or not, or feelings or not, or states or not. It's not about that. It's about from where? From the dream or from present. No? It's about that, no? That's why today's guiding is very, very useful for those who want a holistic living. No? Holistic living simply means that living as myself and living everything else also, body, mind, and life, and everything. No, there is no conflict here. There is no conflict between manifested and the experiencer of it. There is no conflict. We are the experiencer of the manifested. The real experiencer actually, no, the self. No? And for whom this manifestation has happened. So they cannot be in conflict, like fight with each other, against each other, no? But something else is. So in this analogy of drinking water, mostly when the dream is so thick inside, then we wake up in the middle of the night, we drink the water, and we go to sleep, and we don't even notice that I had water in the night. So we remain somehow in the dream state in a way, no? Like half asleep, half awake state, like body consciousness takes care in a way, like going to the fridge or to the kitchen or anywhere and drinking water, coming back, lying down, and back to the dream. And I think we might notice that we may even resume the same dream sometime, like ball by ball commentary, score, like that matches somehow. And something similar, I think, happens in the coming to satsang, experiencing truth, or coming, living in our own meditation and experiencing truth. No? That's why it's a very important question to be asked by every one of us. What do I want? We are the self. The self that we are, the soul that we are has to ask the question and has to answer it to itself. What do I want? My concern is not really, my scope of asking you this question is limited to satsang only. So when I ask you what do you want, my question is that what do you want from this satsang or from this teacher? That's all I'm asking. What do you want as a whole in life is not in my scope. No, that is your own thing. No. But I think it makes sense that I ask you, what do you want? Because if you want to sleep, you have come to a wrong place. Because here light is too bright that it will be difficult to sleep here. No? Like it's like sun is too bright here in satsang. It will be difficult to sleep. It's not a good place to sleep or dreaming. No? Like the dreaming will become shallow somehow, like lighter. No? I mean, the best place for sleeping or dreaming will be where there are a lot of curtains and like thick curtain and no light comes. No? That would be a good place to sleep. No? But I think most of you are saying that, no, I don't want to continue sleeping or dreaming anymore. You have come to the right place, by the way, then. What to do? Like, what to do now? Continue doing what we are doing right now, walking step by step. There are no steps in that way, like a technique or a process. The step is to remain present, meaning to remain awake. No? To remain present is to remain awake, no? The guiding which happened today, no? How much you want to remain awake in the whole day, that much you can remain present. Present in what? That's just about defining. You cannot be present in, like, we cannot be present selectively that I want to be present in somebody else's body or on the moon or on the Mars, no? You can be present in the body, in your body only, no? And you can be present in that circumstances or environment where your body is in the moment. But ultimately we are present in the present moment, no? And that's where there's so much scope of knowing the truth of life. Because the present moment and who we are in the present moment has a direct, clue and possibility of knowing the truth of life, truth of who we are also. Like in one shot, truth of ourself and truth of life, it can be known. Thank you. Very nice talking to you, Ji. Anybody else can talk also. I like this topic of present and past, no? Yeah, Uma.
Namaste ji. Ji, thank you for this guiding. I was in totally in this guiding, and when you asked, "Are you free?" and the third question, then initially I felt yes, I am free, but I felt some flavor of past a little bit, and then I went to the second question, how much I am present here. Then I could see it was the attachment of past state of free, being free. It must be like this.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
then it was come back and it is actually free. It means I felt I could also notice if I am not working on anything, then I am totally free. And then joy also felt, which you
Yes, yes, yes,
talked.
yes.
Thank you so much.
So this is very good pointing. Like two, three things I can take out of what you shared, and I can elaborate or just share my point. point of view about it. One thing you said, that when I'm not doing anything, then I feel I'm present and free and joyful. No, this is what is the fundamental understanding of just sitting meditation. Which I share the fundamental meditation, that let us sit, not forcing ourselves to not do anything, but learning. Like a beginning will be that, okay, I have decided to do nothing now. Then the noticing will happen that I am still doing something. And then letting go of that will happen, because our decision is that I don't want to do anything right now. Obviously letting go will happen, no? Like unknowingly you were, using your hands on your phone. Are you doing anything right now? No, I'm just sitting, I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. And then, like, as you will be more present, you will notice your movement, like your involvement. Like, our engagement and involvement will be felt by us, that I'm engaged in something. What is that? Oh, I forgot. Like a habit, no? Like a habit in the system of body mind. Like you are using your phone, let's say 24 hours a day, like 16 hours a day. Then just was there. Oh, then you will put it. Then you are more free in a way, like more not doing anything. So this is something very fundamental that you caught actually, because it is something only we can answer. Nobody else can answer. We can always say we are always great in freezing ourselves in the meditation practice. That okay, I'm not doing anything now. That's not what is just sitting. It's not about freezing ourselves. It's about understanding the importance, the value of it, and then slowly allowing ourselves to notice that I'm still doing something. No? And then, obviously, letting go of it will happen or not when we have decided. No? And of course, the habit will come in play in this example of using the phone. Because of habit of using it 16 hours a day, habit will come. But actually, habit will be as strong as we are absent, and it will be as weak as we are present. No? The more we are present or clear in the decision that I don't want to do anything right now. End of the word, actually, end of the working, no? End of the work, no? As soon as we are clear that yes, I don't want to do anything. This is why I very lovingly and humbly like to ask each soul who comes here, hey soul, what do you want right now from this meeting? Meaning, if you want to sleep, you have come to the wrong place. If you want to dream, you have come to the wrong place. If you want to wake up, you have come to the right place. And you can take my help also for that if you want. No? That's the purpose, no? In this case, am I present? How much of myself is present? No? You noticed a flavor of the past in the form of the experience of yourself. No? You must be very present now, no? Like the taste of present moment or our own self, no? It has a certain freshness. This vibration is like always free vibration. If you understand what I mean, only that vibration which is always free is the vibration which is always fresh. No? So this always free vibration of ourself and always fresh vibration of ourself is like a very good background, like a contrast to be compared with the flavor of the past. No? So when past is not something somewhere, when you are living in the past, you produce a certain vibration. That vibration is felt stale in comparison to this freshness. And then you are able to notice that, aha, this is past coming from the past and this is coming from the present. No? So this is also a very beautiful thing. Like these two things are comparable and they help each other. Like the past helps us, the flavor, the vibrations of the past help us mm, recognize the vibration of the present, no? Or the freshness of the present, no? And vice versa. So can I, Uma, say to you like this, and correct me if it is not true, that you are not really living anything else except vibration at any point of time. It's just that the vibration are different. Meaning there could be vibrations of others also. No, when we come in contact with somebody else, there could be vibration of others also. But we are talking right now within ourselves. When we are sitting by ourselves, not contacting, talking to anyone, doing anything else with anybody else who is producing any other vibration, that time it is ourself who is producing the vibration or not. So we will take the responsibility of producing that vibration now or not. So what we call myself or I am, or what we call the presence, no? This existence that I am. This is the purest vibration happening by itself, always pure and always fresh. No? But also kind of mixed. Like mixed means living. No? How you like let's say mixed with the past. You the pure presence mixed with the past. How exactly you are mixed? Where is past? Where exactly is past? Like, oh, there is a place inside me that is called past, and when I go there, that is called the living of the past. Is it like this? No, it's living in the memory. No, when you, the pure presence, living the memory, you don't know that you are producing a certain vibration in you. You will have to live the consequences of that now. No, in the sense that if you are not present that time or self-conscious that time, there are very high chances that you will not notice that what you have produced just now. And you will wonder, oh, what happened? From where these feelings came? No? You know what I mean? And this is how so many things have come inside us, so many vibrations, without our conscious consent in a way or notice. No? And we feel, why these things are in me? I mean, we cannot really blame anybody for that for now. Like really, we cannot blame anybody for how we are. But we can improve from now onward. Like we can take things in our hands now. We means the self, the soul that we are, no? You know? And I don't mean that you should not live the memory. I'm not saying that. Know clearly what kind of vibration or flavor living of the memory creates in you, and are you okay with that? And how much time it takes in fading away, no? Because everything that is produced is a feeling inside us, a vibration inside us, and everything takes a certain time. Like different type of how to say vibration have different type of age, lifetime within ourselves. No, surprisingly, the vibration that is produced, like the experience, vibration means the experience produced by the living of the truth, is short, like shortest lived actually. That's why it disappears very quickly. Mostly because of our system is not prepared for it. But when our system is prepared, the whole pendulum actually changes to this living of the our own self produces that vibration, and it lives for so long, like whole day we are able to feel that vibration of joy and truth. And the other vibrations, like living the memory, is so short lived, like it just comes and a feeling comes in you like, oh yeah, kind of a bitter taste in me, and just disappears very quickly because your system is not allowing it to remain now as a whole. And more importantly, you are not interested in that anymore. Do you feel these things are making any sense or not? Like in my understanding, I am sharing some very fundamental truth in a very clear language, but I don't believe that is going to be understood exactly in the same way on the other side. That's why I'm inviting all of you that if not clear, please discuss. Because I cannot explain this next time so easily. I can explain right now very clearly what has not been understood by you on this topic. No? So, Uma, it's very good, no? Thank
Gee,
you.
very, very good, and very, I am connecting very much this vibration
Yeah.
and this comparison between the fresh vibration of pure and imagination.
Yes. So many vibrations inside us, like a stillness or heaviness or whatever is felt, is because we lived in that way in the past. There's one magic also here. The more self-conscious we are, the more somehow everything gets the freshness of our own self in a way. Even if the still vibration created by living the past, it still has some freshness in it. And that freshness is going to eat that stillness very fast also. You know, there's a magic of knowing ourselves and living ourselves. There's a real magic, meaning where you are not restricted that I cannot live the past. Like you can absolutely live everything you want. You may not want to live. You may not feel like living. Like it just makes no sense because living the present is so engaging to you now. Like the whole of the existence is available to you now. The universe is available in so many multidimensionality of it. No, that you may not feel like having time or energy for thinking about the past. No, but does not mean that it is not possible. But now everything lived somehow has a magic to it. Like it stays but doesn't stay for long anymore. No? Like a certain vibration stays in you. That vibration is the vibration of joy and freshness. That is the vibration being produced by who we are in the body. No? The presence. No? Presence creates a certain vibration, like a very fresh and kind of a healing vibration, if you may say also. So there is a sense of sickness or mm, sense of pain in a way, deep emotional pain and things like this, which present in the soul, in every soul actually, and that all somehow just dissolved. It disappears somehow by this presence or this vibration of created by the self that we are. No? Thank you.
Can I share my understanding what you are sharing? It feels like I should remain in the root, and from root I can flow in any branch if needed, but my focus is must be remain in the root vibration.
Yes, and also it is important to not believe that I am living in the root and from root I am living everything. No, return to the root also every now and then in the day, few times a day, to check that our feeling that I am living as myself now, as the presence is true or not. If that feeling deepens, becomes better, fresher, nicer, cleaner, that means that we were actually not living as that time. No? So returning to the root of who we are, and feeling and living the truth of our own self and presence, and then, you know, then being vigilant here that okay, what is the vibration, my vibration right now, versus my vibration when I was living a branch being a thought, a particular feeling, a particular memory, or anything present in the body mind. No? That is the tree, no? Body, mind, thoughts, feelings, everything is the tree, which has come out of the root, no, of who we are. No? So returning to our root every now and then, few times a day actually is a must actually for anyone who don't want to take chances. No? Because many beings are living in this misunderstanding that I am living as the presence now. The root and any branch, howsoever ugly it may appear to be, don't have any conflict ever. They never have any fight. If we ever feel any fight, judgment, or kind of struggle in facing anything which is present inside us, then we can be sure that we are not present as the root that time. No? Like we have the reservation that, oh, such a ugly feeling inside me, such a ugly thought inside me, such a ugly memory inside me. No? Then we can be clear about it. No? The branch And the root, even if it's a very ugly root, like a big mistake of the tree, still they cannot be in this kind of judgmental terms, no? Like because it's just a tree, it's tree's own extension. There cannot be any blame also here. There cannot be any guilt also here. There can be a sense of sadness, maybe. Oh my God, how unconscious I was. I produced such branches. No? The season of life is going to take care of those branches also. They will just die by themselves. No? Let us start producing new branches now, beautiful branches now. No? The old branches will fall by themselves, no? Isn't it? We are working on the old branches also too much, no? Like having a relation with them in a way. The tree is still having relation with them very deeply. Like tree defining itself based on those dead branches also, which it feels were the mistakes. No? In a new way, we can understand that what is let go here. The understanding of let go in this context will be there is no need to let go of anything, but more hold on to yourself now. No? And that letting go of what is not fitting in this picture will happen by itself. No? Like we don't have to think now that what should I let go and what should I not. Thank you. It's good. It's good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good. Please, anybody else can talk to me also. Yeah, Prajot.
जी नमस्कार जी.
Namaste.
जी, I wanted to report also and bring something what happened during the guided. When you were asking and then I was following that questions. The third question was going very well. When you asked the fourth question, a kind of a laughter happened, a kind of a shock happened same time. Because then, till then, I was too much focused on the present. And then, who are you? For a few moments, it felt like you said, who are you? This something felt like not connected. And then, when you ask the same question again with who are you, who is present, a distance also I felt for a few moments that who I am and who is present. There's a distance I felt for a few moments. So I wanted to bring it to you.
Yeah, it's nice, no? I would like to spend few minutes with you, Prajot, and with everybody in this invitation that you have given to me. No? When we say I am present, and then we take ourselves to be that which we are. No? When we are present, may not be actually a deeper and clearer or cleaner knowledge of who we are at the moment. No? Because many times when we are present, we are actually saying, I'm present with this and this and this. I'm present because this and this is present. No? Because body is present, that's why, and I'm aware of the body, that's why I'm present. I'm saying I'm present. No? Are we saying independently of the body, mind, thoughts, feelings, the world, that I'm present? Mostly not. That is where, Prajot, this last question, who I am, will wake us up a little bit. That, oh, I'm defining myself still based on where I'm present. Not independently, no. Like I'm present in the body, so I'm that type of presence. Like I'm an observer presence, I'm a seer presence, no. Like I'm someone who is seeing, knowing, experiencing. Seeing, knowing, experiencing is an activity that happens by the seer, knower, and experiencer. No? Who you are when you are not doing that activity. No, this is the question. Who I am in the fourth question. No? You know what I mean? No, it's going to be a shock, obviously. So it's very good. I think it's very, very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Preeti, you wrote, yes, can see how effective it is and revealing it is going today. Later, layer later, or maybe layer by layer by layer. I had same experience as Uma. Today, seen feels going deeper. It highlights still unconscious habit of reliving old. Then your words opened more light. Thank you so much, love. Thank you. I mean, there can be only two things I feel in the way of knowing this truth. Either the resistance, which we are not aware of inside, and in that case, nothing can work. But if that resistance is not there, then it's mostly unawareness. Like we don't know really that it is possible to be free. We don't know that how much it is possible to be, like how much more free we can be. No? And then that time our togetherness can help a lot. So thank you, Preeti. Very, very nice to connect with you like this, that you are able to connect. No? Thank you. Diva, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Is the voice clear? Like,
Yeah, it's fine.
Rajee, in reference to this staying in the present for one, or living more as presence, you mentioned about one thing that you tend to get used to a certain way of, like you gave the example of having a phone for 16 hours and you tend to just have out of, and this my observation has been that there are several such activities, like in dealing with in interactions with few close people, or in dealing with some activities. Most times I find myself to just the factor of presence or being present, like over there, I mostly find it to be running in by memory, and even when relating to people, sometimes it feels as if, like relating to your mother or to your friend. So it's as if the desire is there to be more present and to start from here. And the question that I felt at the moment when you were talking about the phone is that there is a way that the energy flows, and I was trying to see how presence and energy, how are they two, are they two totally different things? Because most of the living seems to be flowing through energy patterns, and presence seems to be as if it's like totally fresh and it has got nothing to do with patterns. So can you throw some light on this?
Actually, we can try to understand maybe here what we refer to as a person, no, in comparison to the presence, maybe, no, or we can call like a sleep state of the being versus a awake state of the being, no. So a sleep state is where the being is not living its own truth, no. Doesn't matter what it is living after that. No, after this statement, doesn't matter what else it is living. That's not important really. Whether living pattern or no pattern doesn't matter. No? Do you use a cycle? No, I think you use a bicycle or something like this. No, Bicycle is a pattern. No? So if the self, the presence can use a physical pattern, why it cannot use the energetic patterns within itself? There's only one reason, that the presence that you are is not clear, that you are different and separate from them. That's why. So patterns cannot be blamed really. Meaning patterns within yourself cannot be blamed. Your absence from your own self should be the key here, or your presence in yourself. So presence should be understood. Presence is presence in the patterns, meaning in the body mind. Whole of the body mind together is a huge collection of patterns, different kind of patterns. No, like this is a pattern. This is a pattern. No, meaning it is not just a small piece of pattern. It's like a lot of patterns made it possible to do like this. No? So there is no place where pattern is not present. No? Now we are talking about something in addition to that, I feel. That is not a pattern really. Sleep is not a pattern. Our interest to live in the sleepy state or dream state is something like an energetic flow, like a flavor, like a personal flavor versus a flavor of impersonal presence or flavor of satsang or something, you know. Like there are many, let's say there are 100 souls who are more interested in living in the dreams that are produced by their self-unconsciousness and the energy patterns in the body mind. No. Then if you go there and spend time with them too much, you will feel your habit to remain absent from yourself gets empowered. Are you saying that? Are you saying, or what is your question? Because patterns don't have any power in themselves. They're neutral. Energy patterns are simply neutral. That's why there is a very thin line between conditioning and training. All the conditioning is training of some type. But there is something called sleep in the soul. That is not really conditioning. Please explain what you mean by this.
I feel you mentioned about how you get, like, yes, it happens so that if I am not staying, like, for example, when there is not much interaction into the familiar world that I am in, it's out of the practice to just sit and just be with myself more and more. It becomes easier, or in an energy field like being in satsang, being present, like the patterns don't seem to be, like even in speaking, I'm aware that there is something, that there is more presence in that. But in an environment which is not generally living in the same way, I find myself to not be, or to lose track of just continuously being present. So that's what I was like, is it something that it just by more practice of being in myself, or sitting, being in present by more practice, or just that it that these patterns, by seeing, they just drop. That's what I wanted to know. Certain patterns.
Okay, I understand now. See, there are two things in it. And so basically your question actually has two questions, or at least I see them as two questions. The first question is that by living in myself, by living my own presence, will I become strong enough that when I go out of my house, meet the world, people, that I will not get into those patterns or like this. Basically, this question is not connected to patterns. It is connected to not losing yourself, not losing your own being, your own vibration. Like we all have a mm, vibration of presence, you can say, like what we call existence. It's a pure vibration. It's like fresh all the time, like just fresh all the time, which is a magic actually to be experienced and to be lived by us. And when we can get uprooted from it, we don't feel that flavor, that our, like you can say it's like your own space, like if you carry your own pure and empty space all the time, which gets filled a little bit by meeting the life, but not so much, because that fresh air keep coming from you all the time because you remain connected to yourself. No? Or we can say like a pollution of the road versus oxygen that is coming from you more and more. But so in this way, your understanding is true. It is correct that it's like you, the presence. Everybody is a presence, by the way. Everybody is a soul. But most of the soul in our life right now, as our life is, are interested in living in the dreams, meaning not living in their awake state. It's a simple fact. No? So there, living in that world, can it pull us anywhere? It actually cannot. It cannot pull us anywhere. What happens? You the soul, you particular soul also has been living in not your awake state or in the dream state for a long time. So there is a attachment or interest in that also present in you. So that interest present in you gets empowered by the similar state of beings. No? And you also have interest in living yourself. And that gets empowered when you come to satsang. No? Like, oh, it's so simple for me to feel, even when I'm speaking, I'm able to feel my own presence. No? So both these things are there. When both these things will get merged into one thing, like clarity that yes, I want to live as myself only now. It's not about where I am. It's not about what I am doing. It's not about what patterns I'm experiencing right now. So pattern is a way of life, like a microorganisms uh, and even macroorganism, like this whole existence, like this, is a way how life has created itself. No, a organism, like things flow in a certain way and in the energy, does not mean that it is something good or bad. It's just a structure. So a pattern is just a structure. When, let's say, there is no interest left in you to live in the dream or in the false self state, and then you go and meet the people, no? Let's say. Then you will be able to experience your own patterns and maybe their patterns also. But it does not mean that you will feel that this is the way to go. No? Like, oh yeah, from tomorrow onward I'm going to come to all of you and I'm going to continue these things. No, you will remain somehow interested and connected to yourself only. No? Because knowing ourselves is a very big thing. We all are kind of probably not understanding the impact, the power of it yet. Knowing ourselves is a very big thing. It's like directly connecting to the source of life. Directly, like there is nothing between you and the source now, And it is such a freedom also, it is such a power also. And it is radically different also in the experience. And that interest, our interests change actually. We don't feel interested in the personal flavors anymore also. Quite a lot actually. No? But it doesn't mean that we are against them. In the beginning it may feel like this, but otherwise we are not even against other people living in a personal way. It's fine. No? But something cannot match between you and them now. once you have decided to live the purity of your being. No? So this is, I think, this is what living the patterns. Also, all the patterns means all the energy. Basically, pattern means a construct of energy. All the energy has a very magical thing which goes either way, good or bad for you. That is memory. So all the patterns have a memory also. They not only have the memory of training, how to do things, they also have memory of who you were, who you thought you were before. So whenever you will use your patterns, they will remind you of who you were before also. Which will not have so much power now when you have become clear that I am going to live as myself now. They will not have any so much power now anymore. Like you may feel a little bit like, hey, what happened in between? Like how I became like a person I used to be before. And then you will feel, no, that's kind of not a thing for me anymore, no? But if that clarity has not happened inside us in favor of living our own purity or truth of who we are, still there is a interest left inside us, like a desire left to live in the personal way. That desire plus the imprints of ego in the patterns, they combine together, work so well, and they are able to form a very strong sense of person every now and then. No, do you see what I am saying? So this cleaning process is also something to be understood. This what I am talking about is not the same as in removing the non-essential, although that covers basically removing this also in a slow manner. No? But this is more like a cleaning process that you the presence will do now. You just sit nicely and feel, see, and encounter your body, mind, activity and everything, but as yourself now. And the imprint will be removed now, more and more. Like without forgetting yourself, move your body, move your thoughts, move your feelings, like experience, move in your life, will remove those imprints, no? Like this also. So I think it's good.
Rajee, what I hear from what you just said is just one thing, my interest, and that changes the whole thing totally. Like where the interest goes, that's where there is space to just go from one to just to the other, to the old, the interest, and everything just changes from there.
Yeah.
I feel that's the value and the interest. I feel.
Yes. But mostly this, what you are saying, is not well understood. We feel my interest goes in the thoughts, my interest goes in the egoic tendencies. And then in the same breath, we also say that my interest actually mainly is for knowing who I am. How it is possible that you have two interests? Are you two? This is where we have a possibility of resolving it. Doesn't matter where your patterns are going, meaning where your energies are interested in going. What is important is what is your interest. Like somebody has a lot of weight on the body which cannot be removed, let's say for some reason, and has a feeling to climb a mountain. Will be able to climb a mountain if they have very strong desire, no? Or somebody may just sit on the foothill of the, at the bottom of the mountain, that because there is a lot of weight. So weight is not directly like independent. It's not absolute. It is relative, no, to how strong the desire is to climb. No, in the same way, how strong is the desire or our interest is into know and live the truth of who we are and live a wonderful holistic life from there, and how much strong the patterns. No. So in a way, our interest or dividedness in our interest is basically giving fuel to everything and all the confusions. No. Life is not divided in a way. It is multiplied but not divided, no? It is at a very large scale, like largest scale, but still, it is only scaling. It is not really division. No? Our interest is creating the divisions in our life. No? You know, I'm very happy that you are able to catch this thing. So our life activities and meet other people. Now let us look at other people. Those people who are interested in living a egoic life. They are a very good mirror then in highlighting that something is in me. No? Then we should thank them, meaning maybe not directly, because meaning not, I would directly thank them basically. But if you don't feel like thanking them directly, then indirectly in the mind, thank you. In the heart, thank you, beloved. Because of all of you, egoic people, I'm able to see ego in me, no? Or interest in egoic way in me, no? So I thank you all. No? In fact, your language, the way you are talking, already is a declaration of your interest in truth now, no? This is one magical thing I noticed. As soon as you are interested in truth, clarity starts happening in your life so much more than before ever. Stability is your natural way, more and more. Because truth does not divide anything in life. Like division is our own idea. Division is our own projection on life. Truth does not divide anything. We can live holistic life, absolutely everything in it, but only as ourselves now. No? Thank you. Very, very nice. Ramya, you want to talk now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. The topic is the same thing that you were discussing. Just that what I want to know is, although your interest is in remaining in the truth, and then when you are going and meeting another person whom you recognize, you know that even that person is the self, and even if that person is encouraging what we say, the bad thoughts or whatever, you can recognize that. But if you want the truth to prevail there in both of us, how should you deal with that person?
Kind of a difficult thing for me to understand what you are saying. Can you simplify it a little bit? Like more, break it into small statements and...
Okay, I'll tell you. The thing is, if we think of, my situation right now is like Arjuna meeting Duryodhana.
Oh.
Okay, Arjuna has already, in truth, he knows from Krishna, he's already in that true state, and he is interested in being true. And now that he needs to fight with Duryodhana, and he knows there as well that he is the truth, the God is in him as well. He is literally him. And even if Duryodhana is thinking bad, or he wants to rule the place, but then he wants to be compassionate there with him.
Yes.
And deal with the situation. How do you think, what happens when you deal with Duryodhana, and when you come back and think about I want both of them to be, both are one. When you see the truth, both are actually one. There is no division there when you are dealing with that person. But you have to deal with the situation now. When you are in the world, you have to deal with situations. Right. So how do you think Arjuna would have tackled Duryodhana? No, I just wanted to, because this has been there from a long time with me. So I thought, your point of view will be of great help to me.
See, there is one thing what we think is truth, and there is a truth of that thing also. So let us know the truth of that thing first, really, rather than just believing that I know the truth now, and I know that we, Arjun and Duryodhana are one. No, meaning Arjun knows this. Duryodhana doesn't, but Arjun knows that we are one, we are true. So that's what I was saying. That if you can more simply tell me, no, you might be thinking that your question is very difficult to be asked or answered. Actually, it is not. Your question is just not resolved enough. Just resolve the question first, and that very moment you will get the answer of it. Because you have to answer this to yourself, not that my answer will be useful for you. Maybe this may help you. There was somebody who asked Ramana Maharshi one time that when you wake up, like when you wake up to the truth of who you are, how do you deal with the others? How do you deal with the others? Like how you deal, the others. Ramana Maharshi said that there are no others. Not that I don't understand your question, but it is more important that you understand the scope of your question, and then if you will ask, I will answer you. Because I cannot answer more than you are ready for the answer. No? And for that, you need to investigate and refine your question enough so that there is enough space for the answer in you. Then I will answer you also. And you may get answer from inside also. No? It is as if you are asking that when a person knows the truth that I am not a person, how to deal with other persons, as if you are asking like this. When a person knows the truth that I am not a person, also knows that there is no person anywhere else, and it is able to deal with situations of life as much as it is interested in them. Interested is the key here. If it is not interested at all, it will live like a sadhu and will damn care about Duryodhan, that okay, you can take the kingdom, I damn care about it. And that what happened also, by the way. He said to Krishna that I want to go to forest, I am not interested in killing my own relatives, no. But if interested, that interest will bring that wisdom. Interest is like brings the flow of energy, like a inspiration to do something. But that inspiration also comes with the clarity of who we are, or the truth that we know, or not clear. Either clear or not clear, that whole thing will come and will be projected onto the situation, and accordingly we will deal with the situation, where it will multiply. From the side of Arjun, Arjun is not very clear, like it is he is believing that Duryodhana is also the truth. And Duryodhana very clearly knows that nobody is a truth and I have to just kill him and get the kingdom. No? So then things will become very multiplied in a way. No? That's what I mean. So it's not a question of conceptually thinking about it. It is a question of going deep in the questioner that you are and asking yourself, what is my real question? And as soon as you will ask the real question, I will be able to answer you. At the moment, I can only invite you to look more deeply in your own question. Because conceptual questions and answers don't lead us to anywhere, except in more conceptual discussions. You have to unmute again and then speak.
Since we were already in the topic of
No,
dealing
I
with
don't think that we were on this topic ever.
No, the previous
Bring me,
person.
bring me. Actually, if I ever discussed anything today about this, then
Um,
try to connect me to that.
no, just the previous person, the one who spoke to you before. You were talking about um, how to deal when you go into the world.
So then why don't you use that example, those examples, rather than Arjun and Duryodhana? No? Speak
No, in
that
fact,
thing and then tell me what was
okay.
not clear to you in this relation when I was speaking to the previous person. What part of that is not clear to you, and what part
That
is
was
clear?
clear.
Eh?
Yeah, that was clear. Like if you're interested, then only you will. That will provoke you to do what needs to be done.
Huh.
Yeah, I understood that bit. After that, after I'm interested in living the truth. If that is the case, then what happens? How to deal? But the simple thing to ask is, if the other person is doing a lot of, you can see that uh, that person is not going in the right direction.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that we are on the same page. Right this moment,
Huh.
come to your truth first. Then check, does this question survive? Because it will not. This question will not survive in your true place. There might be some other question on the same subject, but that will be a different and true question of the being that you are. This is a question not of the being so much. This is more like if else, that if this happens, then what should happen? Step into the truth right now and then ask this question, please. Because that other person before you was actually doing that. That is stepping into the truth and then asking the question, no? Right now, step into the truth, not in the detailing of the question right now. Because if a question cannot survive when you stay in yourself, it was not your question. Or was it? It was the question of what you thought you are when you were not living as yourself, no? So live as yourself right now and then see, does the question survive? Or the confusion survive? Or it looks worth spending time right now? Maybe something else, you will find some other interest. Like, no, I don't want to get into these kind of things. I'm more interested in how to continue living in this joy and beauty of my being, maybe. No? So please come to your truth right now and stay here. And then, if this question survives, you can talk to me again. Or if the question changes to something else also. Because I'm interested in your question. You being the presence. So be that presence right now and then ask the question. And we will have a very beautiful conversation, I feel.
Maybe my understanding so far is so much. I think I'll come back to you once when I understand, my question maybe.
Yeah, okay. I would still say that I would still ask
And
you to stay come to yourself first and then ask the question. I mean, asking question in relation to satsang, uh, meditation practices, how to stay and come to myself, they are all valid questions and I will entertain them. But this is not a actually practical question in that way. No? So I would not like to attend such a question. Like that other person actually has gone through meditation practices and has come to the clarity already in the being and then asking. Those were just examples, words used to depict or to kind of, express that how I feel about things right now in my life. I'm not able to feel that this is your question yet. No, that's the point. And that's why I'm not able to connect to the questioner. I understand the question, but to whom to answer? Where is the questioner? No? This is the problem. I am sorry if this is not what you expected, but you have to unmute yourself again.
Yeah, I think that's maybe I'm still not ready. I don't know, but that's
Fine.
what came to my mind. So I thought I should ask you.
Yeah. Let's say you have created a lot of properties while you were sleeping in the dream. And based on that, you have created a lot of responsibilities also. Like there are a lot of responsibilities in that life. And now you ask that when I wake up, what will happen to those responsibilities? Nothing will happen to them. No, but somebody has to attend them, no? No, nobody has to attend them. They don't exist anywhere. This will be the answer, that they don't exist anywhere. Oh, but they exist right now. Yeah, but they are not real. What are you saying? They are not real. How can you say they are not real? Check who you are, who I am. As soon as you check who you are, you will wake up and you will find that they were all not real. Like I thought I am, not real. Not living as not real self or living as the false self expands that falsity into a bigger and bigger dream of this is this person, this is that person, this is that responsibility, this is this responsibility of the situation, and this is how we have to do and deal with. And that all kind of shrinks back into awakening of who I am. I am present, I am presence, I am. And a new life begins from here. This is a life which begins from zero, from scratch. It is not in continuation with the previous knowledge. This is the end of the knower first, and then knowledge after. It is not the correction or improvement of the knowledge of the same knower. Waking up is the end of the previous knower, and realization that I was never that. Then afterward, fresh knowledge happens, fresh knowledge of the whole of the existence and life situations and everything. Like a new introduction to life, same life. It is not in continuation. Awakening is not in continuation, is not a continuity of the person. It is end of the person. Meaning end of the dream of being a person. What is being a person? In simplicity, you can say not feeling yourself right now is living as a person. No? Feel yourself. Feel your own existence and acknowledge and enjoy is not living as a person right now. It's as simple as this. No? So person is more of a imaginary character being lived by us as ourselves, while we are continuously busy in thoughts and feelings of other people or other objects in life. No? We also take ourselves as one of the objects or of the thought. No? That time. But you are, do you exist or not without thinking? Have you thought about it? Or have you looked into it? No? So this you who exists without thinking, when pays attention to itself, will wake up to who we are, no? Who you are, no? And that time these questions will not survive for sure. I know that now. Like no question, no confusion will survive. None of them are useful there. They are useful in living as a person only. And there is nothing wrong in living as a person, by the way, if you are happy. But I won't be able to explain to a person state how to deal with situations like this. No? I can help the person state how to be free from it into your true state of being. No? And from there, dealing with these things is much simpler. And even if there are confusions, we can work, we can look into it and discuss also. Like another example could be that somebody is sleeping on the bed and dreaming very happily, and they are feeling thirsty right now, actual thirst for the water. And they wake up because of the need of the body. They go to the kitchen and or get a water bottle and they drink the water, which feels very nice, like a very beautiful experience, no? Then they go to sleep, and in that sleep, still that freshness and that joy of that experience remains, like that spark and that beauty of that truth, that experience remains even within the dream. Like wow, that was a nice experience. But during that dream state, that will be converted into a very logical and rational dream, like part of the present dream. That's what happens to experiences of truth. When we experience truth in satsang, that's what happens while remaining in the dream. Just a flash of experience of truth, like we had a real water, and then back to the dream, and the dream is able to stitch this experience in a very rational framework that okay, this is actually what happened. It was a very beautiful experience. Actually, you woke up out of the dream that time for a moment. When somebody wakes up, they don't really care so much. Like nobody cares really about how is the situation, how I will deal with these things. The joy, the beauty of truth is so much more and absorbing that all of the attention and energy gets absorbed in it. Like, wow, that's amazing. Do you have any questions? You will be like, please ask a question. It's important. Like you should speak something. Like you will do everything if to kind of get rid of the one who is asking you to ask anything. You will say, please, can you leave me alone in the silence of my being, in the joy and the beauty of my being? Because life is so complete for the first time, absolutely complete. Like no confusion, no division, no sense of incompatibility, no sense of incompletion or lack anywhere. Life is one.
So does this happen only through meditations?
I cannot say that. Meditation depends on how you define meditation. For me, meditation means, when I say meditation, I mean fundamental meditation, not meditations, not with the S, meditation. For me, meditation means fundamental meditation, which I share and try to refine and define as much as I can so that it can be understood well. Meditation is not a practice for me. It is a way of being who we are. It may look like a practice in the beginning, like trying to remain awake for a few more minutes and then again going to sleep again and like this. So very good. Thank you. Nice talking to you. Anybody else want to talk to me? And then, Milaji, you want to talk?
I'm sorry that I'm raise my hand again. I just wanted to ask you to share a song of your heart. It's not that I'm not able to connect or that guidance which happened at the beginning is still not here, but somehow this song of your heart is so beautiful and so lovely. If it is possible, please can you share it?
Thank you. I want to. But before that, if you guys don't mind, can I share a joke before that? I have told you this joke before. I heard that in Hindi, and it's a very spiritual joke. There was a guy who somehow happened to, got into a belief that I am a piece of, grain of wheat, wheat grain. I am just wheat grain. and the chickens are going to eat me. No, he was always afraid of chickens like this for a long time. Then he went to a psychotherapist, no, and he worked with him for a long time and told him many things. Finally, he the therapist felt very clear that now, confident that now he actually had got healed, like he became clear now that. Then the therapist said that you are a human, right? He said, no, I am a wheat grain. Therapist said, but you have a head, wheat grain don't have a head. You have hands and leg, wheat grain don't have hands and legs. He said, no, I am a wheat grain. Then they worked another 1 or 2 months, 3 months again and again like this. It continued for 1 or 2 years. At some point, somehow, some miracle happened one day when this guy visiting the therapist, he said, hey, I kind of realized I am a human. I am not a wheat grain anymore. I know that now. Meaning, he said, the therapist said, how come? And the guy said that I have a head. This wheat grain don't have a head, hands, legs, and it doesn't move by itself. I do move. He said, the therapist was very happy. He said, thank God, because he got rid of this guy who was coming again and again. So he went but he kind of came back rushing, like running very fast in just few minutes. The therapist said, what happened now? What happened? He said, there is a chicken chasing me there. He said, but you know that you are a human, not a wheat grain. He said, yes, I do, but the chicken does not know. You did not tell the chicken, no. This is the thing about waking up and how to deal with life. No? It's a very spiritual question, joke, my friend, that how to deal with life when I wake up. Tell the chicken that you are human now. Like to tell everybody that, hey, I'm a awakened being now. No? I think it is not necessary really. The whole thing is connected to what we take ourselves to be. Is deciding how we are going to experience life. And based on that, there will be challenges. Of course, there will be challenges. Challenge is not like a situation where we are stuck with something to suffer. Challenge is a possibility of challenging our wisdom of who we are in that moment. No. Life is not dependent on me and you to decide whether if I take the right action, then only life will flow perfectly. No, it's still going to flow perfectly even if I take a wrong action right now. So it is not life grateful to me. I am grateful to life that it is giving me opportunity to challenge my wisdom right now. I don't contribute to life really. Life contributes to me, to every one of us. No? You know what I mean? Life is just flowing by itself perfectly, really. If at all, in the person state we are contributing some disharmony only, no? Some disturbances only, no? Yeah. So it was a joke like this. Thank you for listening. If Mila, you have invited me to share the song of the heart, basically means that I share what I want to share in this moment, like what is the clear feeling to share, that's what it means, song of the heart, where I'm not really considering your questions or anything like this, like a free sharing, like this. So this free sharing, the sharing of the heart is like this song of the heart. I'm joyfully sitting here. Many of you are also joyfully sitting here. Now, if you feel like moving or doing anything, you should be very careful now. Why you want to do anything, and what is the place, what is the understanding, what is the purpose that you want to move now from here? No? Because either you should know why you are doing anything, or you would have to bear the consequences of it, no? Which will be unknown to you also. No? Do you follow what I'm saying? So moving who we are, no, movement of who we are is a very expensive thing. Our movement creates experiences within ourselves, vibrations within ourselves, which live in us for some time. That's why those who were very, very wise, those even now who are very wise beings, great beings, who they suggested don't move. Just don't move. Like you stop contributing to life, you know. Rather you start enjoying the way life flow is right now. And then when you feel clear, like you have become empty or pure of, like, you know, no personal vibration left in you anymore. With that, no impulse left in you also, you know, to do anything or to reach anywhere. Then the source of life, the pure being of life, will flow through you also and will contribute also to life, no? You know. So this is what this I feel is what is don't move. Don't move is not freeze yourself. Don't move means stop yourself from moving without knowing clearly why you are moving and who you are. No, like stop moving before knowing who you are. In a way, maybe no. Stop moving means stop making more choices. Stop creating more life before knowing who you are. No, because our choices, our movement creates life that we have to live. We have to remember the word "have to." Like we are bound to live that. That is the bondage, in a way. As I said, that it's kind of going to be a little direct and may not be understood very clearly by everyone. When we wake up to who we are, still some life left to be lived, body, mind, and its life left. What is that life? That life which we created in our unawareness, no? Is lived now, no? So in that way, if you see, I'm not really sharing anything with any one of you. I'm not answering any questions. No? I'm just only present here. No? And in a way asking you, what do you want from this moment? I don't want you to wake up. I don't want you to remain asleep also. I don't want anything from you. No? If you say, I want to know myself, why you want to know yourself? That should be the question actually. Not, okay, let us find the technique and go for it. Why? No? Awakening is such a different thing than we think normally, no? For me, the beginning of awakening will be to realize that I am, no? That I'm here right now, no? So how many of you are interested in waking up right now? All of you can value being here right now more than anything else. Everything else is part of the previous project in which you were involved, no? Of being that person which you thought you were, or you are maybe a little bit now. All of it, all the question, all the answer, all the knowledge, all the experiences, all the memory, all of it is part of the person. None of it is required or useful for living who you are. No? So that part is what probably we call mind. Put aside your mind. Mind is that place or space of being in which you think about yourself and everything else. But we are out of it now, right now. But we are in the space of being that we are, not in a particular part of the being only, no. Whole of the being, living in itself, living its own truth, its own nature. Will it not be strange that you are thinking about yourself right now? No. Will it not be strange that I am thinking about myself? Why you need to think about yourself? Have you thought about it before? That we don't need to think about ourselves, no? We can directly feel who we are right now or not. And this is not the question that whether it is possible to feel myself right now or not. The question is whether we want to feel ourselves right now or not. Actually, this is the question. No? Contemplation I found to be so useful really for almost everyone actually. Contemplation does not necessarily mean thinking in a systematic or fundamental way. It is also a way of cleaning our feeling in a way. Like we are not sure what I want to feel right now, no? Or what I want to live right now. Just cleaning that thing, no? So contemplation is like a cleaning process at the root level, what I want right now in this moment, no? When I ask all of you souls that, hey, what do you want in this moment? It's an invitation to contemplate it a little bit before entering into meditation. No? Because meditation is a place of nowness, beingness, here-ness. It's pure life. Any desires you bring there, they will turn into realities, no? And we will be more and more confused now. No? Let us come empty, without desires, no? Empty of desires. Then you will know yourself as that nowness, that here-ness. Hey, I am this nowness, I am this present moment. And I am the ability to know, to like what we call awareness. I am the ability like to know, to be aware of also. So there is nobody who can enter into truth. Because truth is not somewhere particularly that there are doors which have to be opened, no? To enter into the truth, we have to exit from the dream, no? And that dream can be exited very easily if we focus on who we are. Meaning, focus on who we are right now. Or anything fundamental, basically. Anything which is fundamental, like core of whole of your life. Like anything which is core of whole of your life, no? Which applies to whole of your life equally, let's say. Anything fundamental can be used to get unhooked from that dream. No? Because living in that dream also is not really just because of interest. As we become more interested in living ourselves, that time we realize that there is something kind of attachment also there, like a hypnosis. Like something like I'm trying to be free and not able to, that kind of power is also felt there. And again, focusing on who we are right now. Not connected to the dream, not connected to the story, let's say. Story. Without the story, who we are. Without questions, who we are. And without, more importantly, answers, who we are. We can put aside our questions because we know we can get them back after some time. But can we put aside our answers also? If we can put aside our answers also, then we can live the purity of who we are in this moment. No? Answers means the knowledge, the understanding that we have acquired, and they are not running away anywhere, by the way. They will be there inside us. It's a matter of focusing on ourselves now, purely. The answers that we have are what we have, not what we are. The spiritual experiences, spiritual understandings, even spiritual evolution is something we have, not what we are. No. Awakening is when we start living what we are, not what we have. We have ability to think, we have ability to see, ability to be aware of, but who we are, who has this ability? When we give value to this who part, but more in a simple way, not through some strong processes or something, no, then we wake up. No, is this Mila fine like this? I hope you all and connected to this. Yeah, Mila, tell me.
It is so beautiful, and picture is so clear. Very, very beautiful. Thank you so much.
So Mila, I'm not saying that there will not be confusions in the process of awakening. There will be. There will always be confusion when we are waking up and you wake up a little bit and then you go to sleep and then you wake up and go to sleep. It's going to be confusing. But one thing that can help us so much more than anything else is undividedness in our decision. Or dividedness in our decision is also what will make the things much worse than they are, no? In a way, worse means like more confusing than they are. Like, let's say a simple being like you, like me, feels that, hey, I sometimes really wake up and life looks perfect. Then I kind of go to sleep in a way and in the old pattern and old way of person. No? And up to this time, story is perfect. Everything is all right here. No? Then comes that part where we are divided. But why I am not able to stay in this perfection always? From where it is coming? Who is saying this? It is the division saying. Undividedness works on what is necessary. Dividedness, grieves. Oh my God, what to do? What happened? Whereas every undividedness, every dividedness actually is trying to stay in both the states, and any change is going to change that ratio. Like let's say we are 50% in the awakened state and 50% in the asleep state, meaning 50% times or maybe degree also. And if anything is changed, any degree of awakening changed, that ratio will change. So that dividedness is just asking, don't change anything. However, on the surface, it may appear as expressions of, oh my God, how to be free from it, oh my God. Do you see what I'm saying? So this dividedness is what makes things much more complicated. Otherwise, it's all beautiful. Like as soon as we are undivided in facing how things are inside us, like yes, I really go to sleep sometime. And then a sadness comes inside us towards it. Let's face that sadness also, no? That sadness is coming from ego. No, it can be faced also. You know what I mean? It's all going to bring us into like one undivided being. And a one undivided being. When breathe, breathe. It just does not find any division anywhere. Neither division in the thought, feeling, body, emotion, breath, bird, you, me, anyone. All one holistic reality, one holistic being, one holistic wisdom. I invite all of you to breathe in your undividedness, no, right now. It's not going to give you anything as an individual. It's going to take away everything from you. It is going to take away that individual from you. You will just live as a silent, joyful being, complete, blissful, obviously. Naturally blissful, like continuously naturally blissful without effort. That's where we will realize that bliss is my nature, joy is my nature. When I'm allowed, like when I allow myself, no, to just, enjoy a holiday from work, from engagement, then what I experience is joy and bliss. This is precisely what is just sitting meditation, allowing yourself to just enjoy yourself. The being mode, the way of the being. No? Otherwise, we are continuously busy in some way that, no, I'm kind of not in my perfect state of being right now. Or no, I kind of have to know more. There should not be anything called have to know. It should be want to know, like a joy. No. So probably the suffering of life can be titled as have to. No. The joy of life is I wish to. Does not mean that it will be done, but there will be a joy at least in trying to do something. As soon as we discover who we are, we become clear, I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want, but like I don't need to give up my life, practical life or anything. But I don't really have to do anything. And this is knowing freedom. As if we are waiting for things to be finished before we can relax in ourselves or as ourselves. No? And why? Because we have, I think, taken the wrong measurements or anyway, checkpoints. Because my mind is not empty of thoughts, so that's why I cannot live as myself. No, we cannot live as ourselves because we are interested in thoughts. Not that whether thoughts are present or not. We cannot live as ourselves because we are less interested in living as ourselves, in ourselves. Only because of this. And now, as soon as we start living in ourselves, as soon as we are interested in living as ourselves, the amount of thoughts starts reducing in our mind is not no miracle. Because thought, what we call mind, is like an individual pool of the soul that we are, which is able to reproduce the localized version of that vibration which is present around our surroundings. No? What we call mind. That's why we have intimacy with thoughts which are more rotating inside us, because they are actually our own creation. And they will not be there anymore. Because anything that we create, and if it remains inside us, a particular thought or a feeling, it means we are maintaining that also. Nothing survives without our support inside us. As soon as we are not interested in them, we don't support them, they die by themselves. The die means they just get disintegrated into the subtler vibration. No? It's a magical thing to see, actually. That how we become empty of everything that is bothering us. No? Like if we turn towards ourselves, basically means that if we become interested in ourselves more than anything present inside us. In few days, after few days, as we will come back to the scene that, okay, let's see what is present inside me, it will be much more harmonious, much more to our liking, like this it is found. That's why spending little bit time in ourselves. Every day is a very good idea, even for everyone, I feel. Just spending time in silence of our being, meditation, fundamental meditation, is good for everyone, really. Because even little bit of things will be resolved. Not everything maybe, no? Like in the deep sleep and in the different states of sleep, physical sleep, no? Mind creates, like resolves many things. One interesting fact I got to know was that when scientists was revealing that our mind also in the memory records the emotional part of a event that happened, a impactful event that happened. And in the deep sleep, in the sleep time, not in the deep sleep, but in the sleep time, the same mind or the higher wisdom of the mind tries to remove the emotional part of it, so that the memory just can be memory only, no? Like lighter on us. No, all this work goes on in the dream state, no? In the sleeping time, no? Of the body. Something much more fundamental and powerful can happen in just sitting meditation, in resolving these things. But do we want them to be resolved? Because many people may feel, oh my God, where are my confusions and where are my kind of my questions? Because they were defining who I am. Now I have a big question who I am without them, no? Maybe, no? Just sitting and doing nothing. Is consciously being in that deep sleep state, no? Where we allow the higher wisdom to resolve many things inside us, no? Which is not the primary goal of just sitting, by the way. It is to live as who we are, no? Live basically is not just tasting and running away, but more settling and becoming comfortable with who we are. Like, aha, I am this kind of thing, which I'm not clear who I am, but I'm kind of always, I'm always myself, no? Like this, we become comfortable and like we get adjusted to the truth of who we are, very simply. So thank you. That's all I could say. Thank you, Mila, for inviting. It was quite rich meeting, I feel, in many different ways. Thank you, beloveds, for joining today.